I could talk about a lot of things, but the abyss I talked about a few days ago, I want to go deeper into that because it has evolved into my mind to be this metaphor almost not like the one John was talking about. So the abyss. I'm gonna close my door because I don't want anyone to hear. Um, but yeah, the abyss. You're walking down the road and you fall into this giant abyss, and everyone falls into an abyss at some point. The abyss that everyone falls into is not the same. People fall into different ones. Um, it's harder for some to get out than others. Some are really, really shallow, so much like we call a ditch. Um, so much that you can almost easily climb out of it yourself. I feel like I've fallen into a pretty deep one. I don't know. I don't know. It just feels like an abyss to me. And I was just walking along one day and I fell into this ditch, this hole, this abyss, and I can't get out. And it's really lonely down here because it is pretty far down. And it's dark, reasonably dark. And the abyss is just, I'm there alone. Yeah, that's kind of how it is. And sometimes a novel jumps in and helps me out of it. There's always a new abyss to walk into. You get out of one, you fall into another. Fall into the same one twice. That's what it feels like for me. There are times when I'm happier, when I try to be happy because of Skylar, and then I fall into the same abyss again. But yeah, where do I go with here? Sometimes it feels like when I'm talking to people that I know they're there, but yeah, that's it. It doesn't feel like they're talking to me. It feels like I know they're there, and that makes me feel a teeny bit slow. No, let me rephrase this. There are times when I know there are people talking to me and stuff, but it just makes me feel more lonely. Like they're there near the edge, but they aren't totally talking to me. That's, I think, a moth on my wall. Then there are times when somebody's sitting on the edge talking down to me, and I feel less alone, but I know I'm still stuck down here in this abyss. And there are times when somebody or a novel comes down into the abyss and stands next to me and starts talking to me, and is just there with me. And I feel so much better. And I'm not even trying to get out of the abyss. I'm just trying to feel not so alone in it, if that makes any sense at all. I don't know. That's just kind of how life feels right now. Like I'm in this abyss, and my whole goal is to try not to feel lonely down here, or to see the light at the top. Sometimes the top feels so far away, and sometimes the top feels right there. And sometimes I do feel like I've climbed out of it, only to trip on my way around it and fall back in. I don't know. It used to be something for loneliness, but it's not just lonely. It feels like a bad mood, and it feels like unhappiness, and it just feels like life. And there's a pressing question. Life after death. Do I believe in God? Is my life important? What do I want out of life? All those questions are different abysses or the same abyss. That's just, I don't know. That's just what I feel like my life is right now. Just this abyss. Not a hopeless one. There's light in it. There's light, but it's still an abyss. And I guess that's all I really have to say. I'll make a vlog tomorrow. Probably about not an abyss. Maybe on Sherlock. I love him. I'll see you guys tomorrow.